So it's about 2 a.m. I just got home just a little bit ago from work. And most of our videos I want to really be kind of like where they apply to everybody, but I think this one might apply specifically to people who have jobs that other people kind of scratch their heads and kind of wonder, like, how can you do that? So that's what this video is going to be about. Not a whole lot of sleep deprivation right now, but if it didn't make any sense, I'm going to use the excuse I was kind of out of my mind because it was 2 a.m. When I was on the job, I came home a lot late at night. I worked a lot at night, and I used to come home. It was quiet, peaceful, and the first thing I hit when I hit the house was the dog. Always the dog. You crack that door open, that wet nose is already right there. And the first two wet noses, they're actually buried in the backyard. And the third one, she's around the corner, kind of mad at me right now because I'm not going in. And so I need to put a wiggle in my video. Real quick, the other day I was at a friend's work and went by there to see her, and you would never think that me and this lady would be friends. We live in two different worlds, but I don't know. She's got a wonderful soul, and she's my friend. That's all I can say. And I was getting ready to leave her work, and this lady comes in, and she's looking me up, and I'm looking this lady up, and and kind of reminded me of a country song. And she just looks at me and she says, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a hog dropper." She said, "A what?" I said, "A hog dropper." And she said, "Well, do you trap them and take them to a safe place?" I've never heard that one before. And my friend was, she was trying to save me, She knew I was over there drowning, and I said, I didn't know what to say. I was kind of like, when my friend goes, "Well, they're an invasive species." And thank God that we have that title to put on certain things. And the lady said, "So then you kill them?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Okay." It hurt. It did. I was scrambling, all those nights that I used to come in late, start my day off one way and it end a completely different way. And I was just trying to do the right thing, what I was trained to do, what I was paid to do. I was trying to do all of that, but I still came home and felt a little odd. So it was nice that a wet nose greeted me. Didn't care. Didn't care what I just came from or how I thought my day was going to be. The phone call changed the day. When I retired, I thought that was kind of behind me, and somehow I stumbled into this. And so my motion sensor light just went out. It's not God giving us a message. And, I thought I left it behind. So tonight, I'm out there doing my job. Sometimes my job is hard. It really is. But it's got to be done. And come home, the place is quiet. Everybody's asleep. Chickens are asleep. Wet nose is waiting on me. It's the magical junk. What I came from tonight wasn't a bunch of humans, but still God's creatures. And we do what we can. So the point of the video is, when you're on the outside looking in, and you don't know what's on the inside, or you think you know, or you watch some TV show, or whatever it is, it might not be accurate. It might not be accurate at all, It's very possible to be that guy and be this guy. And when we come home, A lot of times the reason we don't say anything is because we don't want to be judged, even by our family, you know, and don't want to be judged by strangers, you know. And it's funny sometimes the boys will ask me, you know, about things, you know, job stuff, you know, like, you never talk much about that, Dad. And, well, why not? I mean, does it bother you? And I said, no, it don't necessarily bother me, but I said, if I tell you, it'll probably bother you, you know. And I said, so then I just kind of keep it to myself, you know. I said, because, you know, and then as they've aged, 18 and 20 now, you know, they've started to understand more. And I said, that's kind of why I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. I said, you got questions, I'll answer them. So it's a full moon tonight. Absolutely beautiful full moon. I've written about the full moon in one of the books. I've talked about it in videos. Absolutely love the full moon. Didn't always like it, but I got my full moon back. It's a beautiful night. Even though it wasn't that good of a night for work, it was just a beautiful night to be out there. For you guys and gals that are coming home and not knowing what to say, kind of worrying about being judged, you might break the ice a little bit. It might help. You know, when the woman asked me the question, so you kill him? Yeah. Didn't really change her demeanor. I mean, she just knew that I had to do it. But man, I was already predisposed to think that she was going to look at me like I was this horrible person. You know, and I was thinking, I'm not a horrible person. I'm just trying to do the environment a favor. You know, and that's the only way we know how to do it. So, hopefully the video helps a few of you out there, you know, helps you understand that it's the judgment. Always is. Even to this day. Doesn't been retired coming up on 5 years. You know, and there's days that I just don't want to tell anybody I do anything. What do you do? I don't know. I rake leaves for a living. I'm not a hog trapper. I wasn't in law enforcement. I wasn't in the military. You know, I'm just a guy, man. Just a guy that rakes leaves. How about that? But hold on. I'm going to get the baby. Baby! Come here. People in TV land want to see you. Sit. Sit. Oh. Look. Get the baby. Yeah, that's the baby. Come here. So, if you don't know it, dogs are good therapy. I don't have a therapy dog, but I'm pretty sure this one is, and so are the other two. So I'm going to buzz you around and show you the moon, and then I got to get to bed. Wife's probably already hit 360, checked all the ring cameras, and she's like, something's wrong, he ain't moving. He's probably talking to his phone again. Y'all hang on. That's her. Isn't she beautiful? She wasn't always pretty to me, but she is now. So who am I on this early morning? Man, I'm a guy that's glad that I was out working tonight. I got to spend some time with my girl up there. Got to walk through the woods. Got to see some coyotes. I don't know. I just felt really blessed and fortunate. I hope the video works for some of you. None of us want to be judged. We really don't. I mean, the good majority of us are out there just trying to do something. And I don't care what the job is. I really don't. I'm reaching for something. I think we're all going to carry a rock with every job. It is what it is. And I carry that rock every day in my pocket, no matter what I'm doing. Even on the hot days, I got that rock in my pocket. So, with that being said, y'all have a great morning. Hope the video works for some of you. Share it. Send it to some people. And for you guys and gals out there that are doing the job, that has people looking at you cross-eyed, keep doing it. Got to. Somebody's got to cut the dirt, bust the concrete. Somebody's got to do it. So, y'all have a great day.